Hi, and welcome to AP Daily. My name is Greg Hill, and I teach at Dr. John D. Horn High School in Mesquite, Texas. Today, we're talking about topic 2.9 aging populations. In this video, we'll discuss how population aging is determined by birth and death rates, along with life expectancy. We will also look at the consequences of an aging population. What will we learn? First, let's look at some population aging determinants crude birth rates, infant mortality rates, total fertility rates, crude death rates. Where have we seen these before? In previous videos, we looked at things such as population pyramids and other things that determine the growth of a population. Today, we're going to add the concept of life expectancy. Life expectancy is the average number of years a person is expected to live in their lifetime. What are some factors that influence life expectancy? Socioeconomic status. Does a country's population have disposable income to take care of their healthcare needs or to enjoy recreational activities that gives them peace of mind? Diet and physical activity. If a country has a diet that is low in fat, low in sugars, and also has a level of high physical activity, they tend to have a high life expectancy. A great example of this would be Japan. Addictive behaviors such as tobacco and alcohol use, and the abuse of drugs. Disease, things such as HIV and AIDS, cholera, and dysentery also affect a country's life expectancy. War. In countries with histories of war, particularly in sub Saharan Africa, parts of Asia, and even parts of Latin America, this has led to their countries having low life expectancies. Food security, particularly dealing with things such as climate change and other issues, the amount of food security has greatly influenced life expectancy. Psychological stress. The National Institute of Health lists this as one of the leading causes of declines in life expectancy in developing nations. Psychological stresses from such as job loss or from the strains of political or religious persecution also influences a country's life expectancy. What are factors that affect your local life expectancy? Look at this graphic. Can you pick out any factors that may affect your local life expectancy? Now let's turn to the consequences of an aging population. But first, I want to focus on something that you've probably been exposed to either in class or in previous videos, the concept of ESPN. I like ESPN because it is a great organizer, particularly when you're doing AP Human Geography writing and also to explain various phenomenon. E stands for economics, S is for social, P is for political, and N I like to use for near in terms of geography or environment. Let's look at the E, economic consequences. First, let's look at a term that is very prominent in the study of population. That is dependency ratio. These are the number of people who are under 15 and over 65. Why are those ages important? It is between those ages that typically are a country's working population. It is from taxation on their wages and other means that they're able to support those too young or too old to be a part of the workforce. At the same time, as populations start to age, what you have is a shrinking worker base and at the same time, a loss in tax revenue. Governments also need to increase funding for the care of senior citizens. In the United States, that could be in the form of things such as Medicare and other means of supporting seniors. Then comes the question, should there be cuts to other programs as governments seek to balance their budgets? At the same time, a positive is there's an increased market for goods and services for seniors, whether it be spas and gyms dedicated solely to seniors, such as the Silver Sneakers program. Social consequences. Family dynamics are a huge consequence upon aging populations. Who's going to take care of grandma and grandpa? Senior care is one of the fastest growing segments of the service industries. Social services for seniors include mental health care, as well as dedicated medical specializations for senior citizens. A positive consequence are what I like to call senior agglomerations, or the snowbird effect. First, senior agglomerations are where you have a pooling of services dedicated to senior citizens. For example, this could be in the form of a nursing home or apartment complex dedicated solely to senior citizens. Nearby, you can have grocery stores and other services that are dedicated to seniors. The snowbird effect. I like to think about this as senior citizens that move from colder climates to warmer climates during the winter months in places such as Arizona, Texas, and Nevada. Some political consequences. Natalist policies are incorporated to address the fall in birth rates. Many countries such as China and Japan and Denmark have sounded the alarm that as their populations age, that there is a greater need for more births. Countries also look to their military needs as they see as an aging population in a decline in the potential number of soldiers for their military apparatuses. As a country's population ages, their economic growth either becomes stagnant and in some cases start to regress. And then another political consequence is seniors as a voting bloc. Seniors tend to vote for senior issues. This can often come into conflict when, for example, a school board wants to raise a bond election. Many of the seniors who either may be childless or have adult children may see that a bond election goes against their interest. Let's look at an example. A few life expectancies from selected countries. Afghanistan, with a life expectancy of 64. What are some issues that affect their life expectancy? Lack of a balanced diet for people in rural Afghanistan, and a history of war with the United States, the Soviet Union, and other people. Nigeria, with life expectancy of 54. What are some issues that affect them? AIDS and HIV, war, and terrorism, among other things. Peru has a life expectancy of 77, Finland with 82, and Japan, as you can see there, with 84. Aging at the state scale. The United States. United States, with its aging population, is a huge issue in politics, in economics, as well as social issues. Looking at the United States aging population on the right in the population pyramid, you'll see there in 1960, we enjoyed a baby boom. And then you can see in 2060, it's forecast that we will have a declining population. Aging at the state scale. The state of Arizona. It attracts a lot of senior citizens due to its low taxation, also its sunny days. It has like over 200 of them, which allows for seniors to enjoy a lot of days of recreation, whether it be through golfing, whether it's through hiking, or just simply relaxing at the pool. They have an ever-increasing amount of housing availability, especially that dedicated to seniors. They're a prime example of senior agglomerations like Sun City. Sun City, Arizona is what is called by the U.S. Census Bureau a census-designated place. It is basically an unincorporated Maricopa County. It is a planned senior community dedicated to people 55 and older. According to the United States Census Bureau, over 75% of the residents of Sun City are over 65. It is adults only, and at least one person has to be over 55. There are no sales taxes on groceries. Further, it is so attractive that it expanded into Sun City West and other additions. Early on, when Sun City was first developed, there was a huge fight with Maricopa County residents as Sun City residents needed the services from Maricopa County. Let's practice. Which of the following would be most likely to increase life expectancy in a less developed country, resulting in an aging population in that country? If you need to, pause the video as you contemplate the answer. The answer is D, improvements in access to healthcare and sanitation. Think about some of the reasons why this is the correct answer. You're correct. As countries start to enjoy better healthcare and improved sanitation, It helps to mitigate diseases that comes from human and animal waste and helps to improve the overall health of a nation. What should we take away? Changes in a population have long-term and short-term effects on a place's economy, culture, and politics. I'd like to give a special shout out to the Dragons from Nacogdoches High School in Nacogdoches, Texas, and teacher Elise Williams. My name is Greg Hill, and this has been your AP Daily. Thank you.